Well, that's kind of embarrassing. But as I was saying, I'm DM Soda, and the characters have already given their little introductions. No one heard me at the start of it. Okay. Someone else say something in the group real fast to make sure the audio is capturing for you guys. Actually, that's a good thing. I don't think they did hear that. Okay, try that again.
So as I was saying, there's one chicken, and that chicken talked to the other chicken, and that chicken said, "Hey man, you know what's weird? Global warming." And the other chicken said, "Ah, a talking chicken."
Okay, yeah, there we go. I can't believe we just messed up all that. So quickly, we have Bloom the Lemon Peel Water Druid. Um, we have Foxbox, who is named V, who is pretty dark and mysterious. And, Shmi, tell us about your character.
Hi, I'm Shmeet, swashbuckler extraordinaire. Uh, Character's name is you specifically. It's all about flair. It's all about style. Um, they've got that baby, um, and they're just kind of venturing and seeing the world. Free as can be.
And last they left off, I think they were actually pretty, let me see, is anyone, I think I might have accidentally healed everyone up full.
I was at like, I think I was at 12.
I think V was the only one that majorly got hurt. But
Yeah.
I will say, you guys are basically at the Abomination Vaults, the main place. Let me go ahead and bring her over here, because I'm pretty sure one of you said that you wanted to role play a little bit of something before you got back to town, and I want to give you that. So, I'm going to bring everyone over to the map, and we can start from where we left off.
After we beat the bugs.
After V decided to go check out a random dead corpse, it turns out there was giant maggots in that dead corpse. And what is currently happening is they are on a goal to investigate what is going on with a strange light tower that is called the Gauntlet, which is off in the distance away from the town a little bit. And one of the people named Ren in town said that she was having strange visions that was involving the lighthouse turning on and having a sense of magical presence about itself. So now they're off to investigate it. And they defeated two maggots that came out of a dead frog corpse. They found out the frog corpse had bite marks from a dragon on it, and for some reason was partially eaten by a dragon. And with that, they just finished up killing the maggots, and the maggots seem to be way bigger than what you'd imagine. They seem to be massively oversized. And that is where they left off. And with that, you guys may continue. And gals. Well, what gender is Bloom again? Female,
He,
right?
they.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, plants can also be a gender. That's the only reason why I'm asking, because I can't remember if it's a female or if it's like a gender.
That's why I did she, they.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of femme presenting, I guess.
I have a lemon peel on my head. I'm femme present. I don't really. There's not much about your character that actually is like gendered. Like zooming in on the token, there isn't much that is gendered on it.
I mean, it's the dress. Like, there's a little bit of like the dress and cloak situation, but even then, it's just leaves. Like,
Anyways, what was everyone wanting to do after they finished up fighting those maggots? Assuming that everyone's about half HP.
I think Bloom would rush to V because V was looking like really hurt.
I think they got crit hit by a freaking maggot.
Yeah, and she's gonna kind of like stumble up to V and just like, what do I do?
Nothing you can do. Are we still with the maggots, or are we at the entrance? Like, are we actually
Uh,
here?
you were technically at the maggots. I did actually end up moved. Are y'all are technically over in? Whoop, nope, don't go that far. Don't go that far.
like that area.
Yep, you guys are inside the maggot room.
Oh, you're in the wall.
Yep, there we go.
Oh yeah.
Wall warrior.
There we go.
So I think Bloom, after getting, even though she was injured, she'll run over to V and then just like, it's very much so the like worried, the like hands kind of shaking, like trying to do something but knowing, like trying to like figure out
Yeah,
what
no,
she
just
can do.
wave. I'll take care of it. I'm good. Good.
And then she'll kind of turn to you at this point and be like, "Were you hurt at all?"
I I seem to be fairly fine.
Okay.
I believe I'm fine. I don't know. Because I have full health, it seems, but I don't know where I left off last time.
I think you were. I think you were full health. I think you managed to. You did some tumbling. That was pretty good.
Nice. Tumbling I didn't do, because I think that's when I left.
Yeah. Zerda brought you in to help with the.
Yeah, you. I think you crit hit something like massively and almost killed it.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. I was like, I think it was just V and I that got hurt.
Yep. The cat pyre was perfectly fine. There we go.
Um, um, uh, I'm a little low on healing, and she'll kind of hold a little green hand up and like have a light orb that like flickers in her hand for a moment, and then it kind of dissipates.
Uh, you will walk up. Don't worry. I'll try something. Um, and then I'll try and do like what is it? My medical check.
I'm gonna like push a hand away and be like, I'm fine. Don't need anyone's healing right now. We shouldn't stay here much longer. Things coming out of other things could start coming out of the wall. Just figure out where we're going from here for now.
Do we want to plot out the next step real quick? But I think we should go back to town at least to. And I don't think I could do another one of those encounters.
It's either we leave, which I feel might be just the best case, or we stand our ground, help each other up, and then move forward.
We probably should relocate at least and figure this out.
Yeah, we should. My vote is going back to town and making sure that we can be a little better adjusted. Maybe see if we can get something that can help us with detecting the traps or other things that are here.
And I think it's settled. I think we make our way back.
Okay.
There we go. I'm trying to find a proper list. Okay, so you make your way back to the town,
Well, so I'm
and go ahead.
what I was gonna do is as we're leaving, as we're getting across the bridge, I'm gonna check my pockets and let everyone know. Looks like I dropped one of my guns. We'll be right back. I'll meet you at the entrance. I'm gonna head back to the room where the maggots are.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know if you want anyone to make a perception check.
It is up to the other players what they are deciding to do with you leaving. I do not make players roll on other things for involving each other. Typically.
You're just gonna not think much about it and just kind of leave.
Bloom assumes that you're telling the truth because she doesn't assume that you would lie to her.
Oh no, not necessarily. Yeah, no perception because who checks? Bloom, you'd know, and you'd actually probably check and see the light coming out from under the door.
Oh yeah,
Anyone
I
else
probably
would?
know that that's probably like some code word that we like had pre-established.
Well, for anyone who does, I guess no one would see, but that's Bloom. But there'd be a bright light coming out from under the door, and then I'd finally catch back up to them after a few minutes.
I think Bloom would almost try to distract a bit because she knows how private you are about that, so she would like try to like make sure you doesn't look over there.
Nope. He was just kind of moving forward, knowing that he doesn't really care. He'll take what his allies say.
Um, I did have a question. You've traveled, um, a lot, right?
Yes, I've been around the seas a fair bit. Why do you ask?
Have you heard of fire that can't be put out by water?
Um, I'm not quite sure if I have, but it sounds almost as if it's something magical. Um, I know in my journeys I've definitely seen some very strange things, but nothing quite like fire that can be put out. But all things, I'm sure magic explains it. Why do you
Mm.
ask?
Oh, just I'm trying to understand some stuff from uh back in the day.
What do you mean back in the day?
My village was wiped out by a flame that could not be stopped by water.
Do you mean a forest fire or something much greater?
It, by the time we had found it, it was already rampaging across the forest.
All right.
But we tried, I mean, and you kind of see her like doing a little like she has like it's a fushigi but like with water, like a little water droplet from condensation almost. And she's like, my tribe were these water shapers using the rivers and things like that inside of the forest, and not even our most powerful, our most powerful magical users weren't even able to quench it. It seemed that the water almost made it angrier and consume more.
Hmm. I I'm just curious thing indeed. Do you and you still have no knowledge of what caused this? What may have even instigated this?
Nope, nope. I don't know who or what or. I'm just trying to find some peace.
Hmm. I mean, the fortune teller we met, the job provider. Maybe you could try asking them. They seem like they have knowledge of many things. Maybe there's accounts of other people running into this. Because it seems awfully precarious to run into something as, you know, dangerous as that might be. Uh, but no, I still can recall no such things in my journeys. Just treacherous sea monsters and vagabonds and the such. But I'm very deeply sorry to hear what happened. Uh, but no need to worry now. You have us. We'll keep you safe now.
Good. It's, you know, I mean, V and I kind of have been a tribe for a bit now, and so it's good to have, you know, a bigger family.
Hmm. How did you two meet? I'm curious.
That is a story for a lot longer than the walk back.
Sounds good. You'll have to tell it to me when you have the chance, but till then, I'll live in the mystery. A little bit of mystery always makes things more
I'll
interesting, you know?
I'll trade you stories. You tell me about sea monsters, I'll tell you about V and I.
Sounds like a deal.
Probably be walking out the gate around then.
And with, I will say there is a set of at least like 2 guards at the gate itself. It's a fairly popular, adventurer town, so they're used to seeing strange folk walk around. But they do end up seeing you all at the coming back to the gate, as they do remember you leaving not too long ago. Maybe their shift has probably changed since then, so the guards that originally saw you leave are probably different than the guards you are seeing walking up to the town right now.
I wonder if I can make them like a pie or something later. Do you think they like lemon meringue? I might be able to make that. I would need some ingredients, but I could do something. Make something nice for the guards. Is that a bad idea? She's like looking up at V while she's like.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. A random idea. They haven't done anything for us, technically. Aren't the niceties, but it's not a bad idea.
I mean,
Everyone, most people like random acts of kindness.
well, plus if they're on our side, if we ever run into trouble, we might be able to, you know. Hey, I baked you that pie. Would you be willing to help?
That's fair.
Is
Definitely
that
not a
too?
bad idea.
Is that too mischievous? Is that?
Devious, no.
Oh, okay. I'll just,
It's
yeah.
clever. It's clever.
I mean, you could say it's clever or it's mischievous, but at the end of the day, it's just being nice. Not much beyond giving a person a simple pie.
It's not gonna be like poisoned or anything. If anything, it'll probably kill them. I wonder if I can do that. Hmm. I wonder if I can take my fruit and like turn it into something and like disperse. Hmm. That could be interesting. I um I can I have a fruit I can spawn once a day, and she kind of like lifts up like the back part of her cloak, and you see like a small lemon that's like kind of growing on her side. It helps people and restores them, but I've never tried cooking with it. I just kind of have handed it to people and usually get the response of, "Oh, a lemon. Thanks."
Well, I mean, when Bloom gives you lemons, you make lemonade.
Who is approaching the guards first, and what do you say? Or you just try to walk directly past them without interacting them at all?
Sorry, I missed
I'll
it. But what are the guards for?
This is more, I mean, they are guarding the entrance to the town. I can't
Oh,
really move oh, here we go, I can move tokens pretty well.
I mean, wouldn't we have like met the guards on our way out?
These are new guards. They
Different
rotated.
shift.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's a
y'all
different shift.
have y'all. It is like about a 3-hour journey to the lighthouse, and it is about a obviously 3-hour journey back. So that is enough time for the shift to change.
Can I like skip up ahead of the rest of the group and walk up to the guard on the are they like one on the left, one on the right kind of situation?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll walk up to the one on the left. Um and I'll kind of, do the little plant walk up. Kind of stare up at them. I'll go, "Excuse me. Excuse me."
Oh, it's so cute. Look at it. Look at it, my little buddy. Look at the cute little plant. And it's he kind of like gets down, like you kind of see adults like talking to like toddlers as they kind of like pops like a little bit of squad and says, "Oh my gosh, you're so look at this little cute lushy. Oh my god!" And like the other one's just kind of looking like trying to keep this super stern look about himself and says, "Hello, ma'am. Welcome back to Otari. Have you already visited with us before?"
Uh yes, we were here earlier. We saw a fortune teller. We got a little roughed up. We were out by the light. I had a question for you guys.
By all means, my little darling lushy here. What can a big strong man like us do for you?
Do you like lemon pie? Like a lemon meringue or like a lemon key lime? Key lemon? Key lemon pie? Is that a thing? She like turns to V, like
I'm just gonna shrug. Not much for sweets. You know
I
this.
I could probably figure something out. But if I like baked you a pie, where would like a good place to like drop that off be?
Oh, the little lassie. Well, my little lassie friend, we have a beautiful little guard camp. There's a few of us here. You know, a little guard house. We keep most of our men there whenever we're off duty, as the town's pretty poor itself. So we kind of use it as lodging. But I can tell you, it's a fine thing compared to the other jobs in town. So by all means, feel free to stop by the guard house. We always love seeing the little adventurers come by and go off on their little adventures. We always see such interesting characters come by. As you just hear, it says, the other partner has this more stern look about himself. He says, well, ma'am, if you feel like you would like to make any deposits to the guardhouse, you'd be more than welcome to. Just go down the street and you'd find it one of the first buildings on the left. We obviously take our duty very seriously, as he says, kind of looking down at the other guard, who is basically squatting next to you. He says, and we like to keep our guardhouse by the riverfront, the bridge to the town, to make sure we have the most guards possible in case any adventurers get rowdy on their way in.
Mm-mm. That makes sense. Do you like lemons?
He kind of thinks over a second and says, well, ma'am, between all the different vegetables and fruits that they grow around here, I'm not too picky about what I end up eating, but as long as the food is edible and palatable, then that's what guards are meant for. We get to protect and also keep things from. And he kind of trails off. He says, well, I used to be a taste tester back in my day, and I've kind of tasted about every flavor there is. Haven't been
Mm-mm.
poisoned yet, Lord's willing.
Okay, okay.
But
I
if there's
will.
poison, I will be able to tell, as he says, giving you like a stare directly into like your eyes.
She kind of stares back. The eyes glaze over for a moment, and she kind of blinks. Okay. Um. Okay. I. Okay. Let me see if I can make a pie. What? How do I make a pie? I should figure that out. Okay. 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 Um. 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 Thank you for your service. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for protecting the town. Um. I'm gonna make you guys something. Because I appreciate you.
Well, we appreciate you, little darling. You can welcome and see us at the guardhouse anytime. My name is Gustafsson.
Christopherson. Throwing that in the notes.
You hear the stern man says, and it kind of says, names aren't particularly important. We're here to protect the citizens more than make friends. But some of the other guards, well, we kind of take whatever help we can get when it comes to guarding the town. He
That
seems
sounds
to be
fun.
more closed off about himself.
Well, I hope you have a splendid rest of your day, and um,
What is with
I will
this?
see about getting you guys something, um, like a little lemon thingy. Mm, mm, yeah.
Okay, and he does say noticing various blood stains kind of on the other party members as the stern one kind of looks over at UV, seeing a little bit of stuff that seems to be on your shirt. He says, if you would like to check out the healer, I'd be happy to give you directions.
Um, I'm I would love to see um where the healer is. I'm a little wilty, and she one of her leaves like shakes off at that moment.
Might be able to ask them too where there's a cook in town. Unless you want to find out about the cake.
Oh, oh! I wonder if it's like a 2-for-1 special. That could be cool.
Well, yes, the healer also is known to have cooking prowess. At least one of the healers in the town.
Can we see that one?
He kind of looks at the other guard. Are you sure you'd like to see the other one? Is a lot more professional about their practice, I should say. If you'd like to see the other one, they would be more than happy to see you, I'm sure. The other one's a little bit more eccentric, I should say.
I am a plant person that grows lemons. I feel like I'm pretty eccentric. Do you think I'm eccentric? Eccentric? Ec- I don't like that word. Anyways,
Very well, then, they are the healer for more of the, poorer in town, but they do a good job of patching up whenever they can. Uh,
sounds good.
he will just say he marks it on the map.
Yeah, that's fine.
Does you or V have anything to say to the guards before passing on?
Nope. Just kind of
No.
thinking.
Okay, and as you make your way over to where they kind of designated the healer house, you kind of go up on the hill a little bit over to the right, and you see what looks to be a some sort of building which seems to double as an alchemy shop.
Ooh.
And
You,
you, I will
V,
say,
did you have something like that?
go
Sorry.
ahead.
I was just gonna say, V, uh, you knew somebody who had something like this, right?
Alchemy shop.
Yeah.
I've known a few alchemists. Yeah.
Always a little. Eh. She kind of gives like a weird sneer.
Yeah, those chemicals and plant life don't usually seem to mix. Yeah, I've met a few alchemists. It might be good worthwhile to stop by if they have anything useful.
On the storefront, you do see a you just see a singular kind of sign that says "Mend Your Wounds Pharmacy." Come on in and stop on by and get healed while you're at it. Also, I need happier music. What's my actual like? I was expecting. I forgot that I accidentally had like the creepy music for the castle, but then y'all went to the town. This is music for the castle. Here we go. Here, you can have this music instead. There we go. Much more upbeat. Though I do have to lower the music a lot. Okay. Yeah, so you're outside the front door, and you do happen to see the sign, and the door seems to be open.
I think Bloom is kind of the most interested, so she's probably just gonna waddle, 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 waddle. She'll kind of waddle in and make her way inside.
Let me change one thing real fast. There we go. Now she's an actual proper healing shop. Now she's an actual potion shop.
Mm-mm-mm.
You come inside and you see the shopkeeper just kind of look over at you and just start making their way to you as you just hear in this almost a serpentine feminine voice say, "Hello, welcome to my shop. I am Mend Your Wounds. I am the shopkeeper here, as
Are
well
you
as the healer of the town."
Um, I'm a little rough around the leaves at the moment, and we were hoping to maybe pick up a couple of um, healing potions or other things like that if we're able to potentially do a
Uh,
little
she goes
selling
up to
trading.
you and she just straight up like picks up your hand and starts rubbing her like scales along your arm, feeling like the leaves kind of brushle against her scales.
Okay. Um, I guess I consent.
You can't say no, by all means, you can say no, but she just says, you have such beautiful, beautiful floralness about you. Oh my. As she kind of like looks, says, have you been injured recently? I've seen some sticks and some twigs that seem to be out of place.
Yep, I got there was a bit of a maggot situation that we ran into, so I've been a little roughened up a bit.
She says, would be happy to have the first heal, free of charge, of course, to help people understand the talents that I possess. Would you allow
And
me to work a bit on this beautiful body of yours?
I mean, you sound competent and confident, which I don't know which is scarier. But you know what? Sure.
You, you see her begin to kind of like, she says, very pleasant. I will be working immediately at once on this beautiful body as she grabs like your other hand and holds them in her like scaly paws, one in each, and you just hear her start to like have this almost like chorus of like just magical words coming out of her body. She closes her eyes, and you just hear these like magical words as she is holding her hands in yours. You start to feel this intense, almost like the sun is like coming down on your body in like a fresh spring kind of vibe, and you see flowers begin to almost bloom off of your arms, that uneven flowers that you knew you could produce, as she just begins to feel this like druidic power, as she begins to like channel this into you a little bit, as the twigs begin to almost grow new ones, as the dead ones basically fall to the floor, as a little bit of almost like a molting of a sense comes over your body.
Oh, you even got my seasonal shedding done nicely this year.
She kind of gives, after she gets done chanting, she will let your arms go and let them fall to your side or however you will, as she holds her claws to herself and just gives one final word as if a prayer to some other god of some being. And then she opens her reptilian eyes once again at you and has a warm smile about herself as she looks down at you and says, "There we go. You shall be much beautiful now. Even more beautiful than you've ever been."
Thank you. Um. Uh. Are there any um
What is you and V doing during all this, by the way?
Kind of witnessing.
So you did go inside the shop?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna leave Bloom alone.
Yeah.
what happened?
Fine.
We left Bloom alone. What? A
She
Bloom
got
in the
s-
corner.
I'm sorry. Is there like an actual shop? Because for me, it's just a gray grid.
You have to. Oh,
Oh, you might have to refresh the page. There actually is an actual shop.
Okay, I
V,
just
do you
didn't.
see it?
I see it.
Okay. I know there's no actual borders on this one because I kind of did it. I was doing it. I was thinking about it on the way home. So yes, she is very very handsy of a healer. She takes her work very seriously, probably too seriously, as she is a little bit faulty on maybe social etiquette. You've noticed.
Um. 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 Mends your wound. Wounds. Wounds. Plural. Um. Uh. Do you have any extra like healing potions or uh, things like that?
Why yes, my darling. Come this way, and I will show you my finest of poisons. And of antidote. I mean, healing. I have both.
Wha- what?
both I have
You know,
both
just like
healing and poisons, depending on whether you would want something more alive or something more dead. Though the poisons always ruin the taste of any meat that ends up finding their way.
you're not trying to hurt my friend over here, are you?
I'm not made of meat.
And she kind of looks over to you and says, "She may not be made of meat, but you definitely are," as she looks you up and down. "And you seem to have been hurt recently too, as well," as she kind of looks over you and almost begins to like reach out. You're not as injured as Bloom, as you didn't really take much damage, but she does get close to like investigate your body a little bit. Says, "You have such a beautiful sense of fur."
He doesn't really resist any of it. He just kind of keeps eyeing her up. Oh, you know, beautiful coat like this doesn't come without its maintenance.
You's just like, yeah, talk me up, feed my ego. Like,
Oh yeah.
She reaches out to, kind of absently minded, reach for one of your paws.
Kind of gives it to her.
Yep. She will grab the paw, and she'll grab the paw and then she'll turn it over, looking at the paw pad as she kind of runs her claw around the different pad and then up and down it, as she basically has almost a surgical precision as the way she's looking at it. Says, yes, your flesh is such hardened by adventure. I can tell you do much with these hands, such rough and tough work. So beautiful.
Well, the work they do is much more than just brutish strength.
Here, let me take you to my finer potions, as we would want to keep your body as live as long as possible, I'm sure. She will go over here to the section that just is labeled cherry flavor. She seems to sort the potions and poisons both by flavor, but she doesn't seem to sort them by whether they are healing or poison. It's just cherry. This is the cherry flavor section. Please
Huh.
do not drink anything without asking me first. I like to sort them in a little bit more abstract way, but I find the flavors are much more important than all other forms of categorization, as I am very, very attentive with my flavors, as she says.
An interesting categorization, I suppose. But what would you say is a healing flavor?
She kind of looks down at Bloom again. Actually, I think I might have something perfect. She goes over and goes behind the counter and grabs something and hands it out to you, Bloom, and says, "This is a finer potion of mine. I call it a lemon drop," as she hands it to you for you to inspect.
oh yeah, oh yeah, Bloom's taking a look at that.
It is almost a Swedish, it's almost kind of like a Swedish scent coming off the top of the vial as she kind of uncorks it and kind of wafts the scent over to you, as you have this almost intense sour taste in the air, but the kind that makes you almost kind of want to pucker up a little bit and almost that whole body tingle.
That's how you know it's good when you don't when you don't want to eat it. Wait, um, you know it's good when they have things like this here. Um, um, how much for the lemon drop?
So, she kind of gives a sly grin. The reason, of course, why I call it lemon drop is because it has a sweet taste of lemon, and when you drink it, you drop dead. As she does, her grin almost slides further.
What?
Yes, this is one of my more potent poisons. It has a very, very sweet, soury taste, and then a few moments later, you'll find yourself on the floor. Or obviously someone you would prefer to be on the floor instead of being more alive. She says with almost a proud smugness about her. As for the price, it's about, that one specific is one of my finer poisons. It would be about 10 gold, but it's a very strong poison, I assure you.
Um, that. Well, I'm. That sounds interesting, but I'm definitely more in the uh, shop of uh, keeping specifically my friends up.
The best way to keep your friends up is to keep anything that would put them down first. Corrupt the bloom.
Bloom is just Bloom is just sitting there for a second, thinking about it, and she kind of looks back at you and just goes, "If you want this, I mean, I'm not gonna say no. Just not my
I
cup of
mean,
lemonade."
she makes a very effective point, but also, I'd rather be able to just heal, because I'm fairly confident in my own abilities.
What flavor of healing potion would you like?
Well, what flavors do you have?
She kind of shows you in the shop. We have, of course, the cherry flavors, strawberry, and one of my favorites is dragon fruit. Those custom order I can always arrange, though typically there needs to be a day or two advance, and maybe for the more exotic flavors, I might have to acquire elsewhere. But for these are the three most popular of my flavors.
Hmm. Well, what can you tell us about these flavors?
The flavors I can make any potion. I make the take the basic alchemical ingredients, get some mint leaves, some toad ears, and some other various ingredients, and mix them all together for a healing potion. And then I like to take the extracts of various vegetables, fruits, and people, and make them into a beautiful scent. And then like to flavor my potions that way.
Hmm. But what about their effects? The effects are what I'm after.
Oh yes, the potencies are very top notch. I keep the most of the adventurers who come into town will come by and grab various potions. They heal moderately well if you ever find yourself on the end of a sword. They're not going to heal you back to full life, but they'll help you close up any wounds that you attune to. The more expensive of my potions are going to run a little bit more than what you might initially think, but if you like to see the more expensive potions, I can do that for you, but the cheaper ones will be good for any cuts and bruises and the more minor of the healings of the world. But they run about 4 gold each, and they'll keep you topped off whenever you get any of those adventuring bruises on that body of yours. She says with almost like a hiss about her, but like a seductive hiss.
Hmm. You will just kind of like look her in the eyes, just kind of like throwing up a slight grin, just being like, hmm. Well, those do seem pretty tantalizing. How about you cut it down? How much gold did she say they were? 4?
4.
Or
To look at her in the eyes, just say, how about we cut that down to 3 and call it a deal?
She kind of looks over you up and says, "If you promise to keep that body of yours intact, and then I can probably do that, and I'm sure these potions will help that. But you better not go off and get yourself killed before coming back to my shop with the more gold."
A deal's a deal then.
um, would you like some of my gold, and then we can kind of get more potions?
Sounds like a splendid deal.
Uh,
Because we could get
yeah.
6 for 18, right? Right? Math?
Mm-hmm.
So I can give you like 8 gold and.
You, oddly enough, is the wealthiest, as he did have a tiny adventure before coming here.
Sweet. So yeah, I'll probably end up buying like a lot. I'll buy like 5, just with my own money, and then any amount you guys want to give in.
I'll do. I'll give you a 6 for 2.
Okay, then that's actually gonna have so 11 potions for 33 gold. I will take out. V, do you want to contribute at all?
They're
Because
not
this
here at
is.
the moment, potentially.
Oh, okay. Uh, I will give you the potions of healing. And there was basically a 4 gold one and a 3 gold one. Let me check if it's this one. Nope. The only problem is I don't know the difference between like minor and lesser, and I keep thinking that they're like one is different than the other. Here we go. Here's the 4 gold one. Because lesser is lesser than minor, which is just stupidly confusing. There you go. You now have a 11. What flavor would you like those healing potions to be in?
Do you have an assortment pack? It
Multiple
would be very
flavor.
funny.
You just wanted to have a die roll, whatever flavor they get. You just roll a d3 and see what flavor they are.
Sure.
Ew, I got dragon fruit again.
Let's see, what was that? You just said cherry, dragon fruit, and what was the other one I said? Cherry, dragon fruit, and is it watermelon?
Strawberry?
Strawberry. There we go. That was it.
It was all reds.
Yeah, cherry, dragon fruit, and strawberry. There we go. And with that, you have all of those added to your character sheet.
Um,
Sweet.
I am taking away one of those lesser potions, though. There we go.
um, um,
And then I think Bloom wanted some of those.
Yep.
just
So
2, yeah.
I will.
Mend your wounds. I have one other question.
Yes, my darling.
I heard that you also do cooking.
Yes, that's how I'm able to flavor such beautiful, succulent potions and poisons. I get it from my cooking.
So, I was wondering if it would be possible if you could help me bake a lemon pie.
Would you like one to have the similar effect to my lemon drop?
No, no, this would just be a regular pie.
She kind of looks down and says, tell you what, you come back to my shop and bring your handsome feline friend, and I will happily teach you how to make a pie.
Okay, you hear that? You're handsome.
oh, I hadn't known. Oh,
I will let that be a downtime activity for you.
Bloom's just like chuckling like a little kid who was just saw like his parents kiss or something silly like that. He's like, hee hee hee.
Okay, and with that, I'm not sure if... Okay, V, do you have anything to add?
So I would pick up the one I saw him put down, the lemon vial, the poison one,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd ask a question about it. Like,
Go ahead.
so, this lemon vial, you said that seems to hurt people. How does one, do they have to ingest it, or does it matter how it gets into the system?
Well, as any good poisoner knows, you have to have multiple methods of entry. The Mouth is the most common hole that people typically try to put it into, but if you find other holes of entry, all of those similar to work the same and have the most potency about them. But if you're able to
Hmm.
get it on the skin of the person, it would be a little bit less effective, but it would still be very, very unpleasant for the person.
Does it? Does your product degrade in heat by chance?
Only if the heat is enough to break the glass vial, my dearie. The magic in them is a little bit strong for such things as heat. I cook them at a very high temperature.
Put the vial down. Think about it. You have to look into it a little bit more. Look over the group. You guys all got what you wanted.
Feels as I got what I wanted. And did you end up
I'm
getting the potions, by the way?
Yep, I gave it to
uh
them.
Cool.
yeah. I'm satisfied. I think we gotta come back though. I wanna learn how to make that pie.
Oh, of course, of course. I'm sure she'll be happy to teach you how to do that. Gives a wink to the shopkeeper.
And I've admitted, since you are a beautiful plant, I might even share some of my secret ingredients.
Ooh. Like sugar and milk?
And of
Kinda gives
course,
like a question mark.
and
Do,
my
do you put
favorites. Good.
do, do you put milk in your pies, Bloom?
I've actually never baked a pie before, that's why I'm trying to get help.
Ah, I see. I see.
It
Uh, from what I
mm,
know, you don't put milk in most pies, but
mm,
maybe it's something to try.
mm.
There is a one pie, obviously my specialty, my meat pies. I typically use a little bit of cream in those. Adds a little
Mm,
bit of way to get rid of some of the bitterness of some of the ingredients.
mm, mm. Wait, meat pies? You can make pies with meat?
Oh
That
yes,
thing
my
on our
darling.
fence.
All kinds of meats. In fact, if you bring me any meats, I'll even give you a little bit of gold on top of for your troubles.
Oh, wait. How fresh?
Nothing more than 3 days old is my motto.
Mm, mm, mm. Okay.
And I'll
Wait.
take any meats that you find along your journey, she says, giving a sly smile down at you, Bloom.
Okay. Um. Okay. Okay. We'll have to keep that in mind. Um. Hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm. There was what? Frog, goblin, maggot, kobold. Saw kobold.
A lot of those seem to were deal with the ones that were dead before we got there.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
And of course, my shop is closed on Wednesdays here. And if you ever need to find me, you can always find me with the local gravekeeper. Him and I like to arrange meetings on Wednesdays for personal matters. But if you ever need to find me for some reason, you can find me there.
Sorry, you. It sounds like you might have a boyfriend.
Oh, that's fine. Uh, as long as she's fine with that, of course.
It's more of a business transaction, but he is, I'm sure, a lovely fellow. I'm sure you will one day meet. We take very great pride in our graveyard here, as it is some of the finest caskets you've ever seen. It's always such a shame to see those bodies go to waste, rotting away in the dirt.
I mean, but they do provide a lot of nutrients for the soil, so new things can grow.
Yes, my darling, but not in those awful wooden caskets they stick them in. You have to let the bodies decay in a more vibrant environment.
I mean, I can kind of get behind that logic. I mean, makes sense. Like, oh, I almost forgot. Um, um, have you Miss Mend Your Wounds? Have you heard of a fire that cannot be put out by water?
There, she kind of, make sure I'll roll it. Let me roll a d20.
So,
Let me roll a d20 and see what she is. 11. Okay. Um, she says, I'm pretty sure some of the sailors have mentioned is we have advanced past our need for more basic kind of, ship-on-ship combat, and while most people are prepared for a fire on top of a ship, there has been some rumors around the docks that certain ships have been lit ablaze in a way that they've been unable to put it out and have been lost to the seas. But any sailor claiming that always seems to find themselves alive, yet claiming the ship was lost at sea. So I don't always believe those tales, but some of the
mm,
sailors I'm sure might know of such magics.
mm, mm.
As the ships we make are purely of wood, and as we are a lumbering town, mostly prized for finest woods that we can provide, we have to keep on guard for fires such as that.
Mm, mm. Okay. I don't have anything else. You guys got anything else?
No, I feel
Oh,
like it's been a pleasure. And I know I'm ready to head back out onto our mission.
I did have some weapons. Would you be able to buy them off me?
Sure, my little darling, I'll take them directly to the blacksmith. Yeah, what kind of weapons may you have?
And she'll kind of like she drops like the long spear, four javelins, a short sword, a bushel of darts. Like,
Sure, give me just 1 second. Gotta delete the stuff from the last one. Here we go. Because there actually is a way to sell. Do not just give it to her though. Here we go. Do you see this icon right here?
yes,
I'm just gonna drag and drop the stuff to there to see how much it's worth.
yeah, that's fine.
Are you keeping the darts?
No, because I think I gave the darts to Nilo. They
Uh,
didn't want anything else. So I said fine.
okay. She gives you 2 gold for all of that's worth.
Amazing.
That actually is a lot in this world. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and now you may go back to the deadly castle. The deadly lighthouse of doom and destruction.
um, what's the
What's up, Blue?
I'm trying to remember how long it takes to get um spells back.
Oh, that would just be an actual long rest. If you want to stay in town and do a long rest, by all means, I will keep you track of the actual nights. But you can rest up if you'd like.
Do we want to just spend a night in town? It's already kind of because because you said it took 3 hours just to get back. Um, is it starting to? sunset, starting to get a little late.
Yep, you can also camp out in the woods, but you can also camp out in town too.
What are we thinking?
It's getting late.
Late enough. You could probably go on a little bit more if you wanted to, but if you like to go and sleep in town in comfy beds, you may.
It's probably safest that we take the night uh, to rest. We got surprised a bit last time. Next time we come in with clear heads, healthy hearts, and just we'll be more prepared for tomorrow. No real rush.
I will just have that be a hand wave of a night, but I will give you the long rest. So no, you specifically. I think you're the only one with actual resources.
Yeah, yeah. Having an extra heal is pretty good.
There we go.
Is druids can change every day, right?
Yep. You can
Okay.
either you can basically they're prepared casters. A lot of them are actually prepared casters in this game. Like most of them are prepared casters.
Okay. I'm gonna switch out one of my cantrips. I'm gonna switch guidance for the healing plaster.
Okay.
So that I'm able to
You have a
max.
healer's kit.
Um. What was it? I thought there was something that allowed it.
Your passive? Okay, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like using it with the natural medicine kind of thing.
Yeah. That would make sense. I will allow that.
I have that. Just to kind of, I'm willing to sacrifice a cantrip slot to make sure that I have better healing
Let me,
potential.
let me activate it for everyone. Let me make sure everyone let me know whenever it transfers over. Smeet, did it transfer over just fine?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're good too, V?
I'm at 99% so far.
Okay, I just want to make sure that it actually goes over.
Yep, there we go.
Yep. It's 100%. And there we are.
Okay. You have made your way back. Now I can actually use the proper one.
Uh,
There we go. Okay, you make your way back to the castle. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting it's not a castle. I'm so used to freaking castles, I swear. You make your way back to the kind of lighthouse ruins a little bit. You do notice that the door that was originally in front of where you first originally entered, um, you just see a sign that's very crudely drawn on there that says nothing more than just saying no adventurers allowed in like very poorly handwritten writing. And it has like a little mean face with like little mean eyebrows attached to it.
I'm gonna rip the sign off the door.
I'm gonna
Hmm.
cast light on myself again.
It's probably those little dust creatures trying to be funny again.
Mm-mm-mm. They didn't
I,
really like the light, so
I didn't really like them, so this works out.
round two.
Yeah, good on and Owen.
Mm-mm.
And I will say, as you go up, to the drawbridge. The drawbridge, however, has actually been cut. Seeing as people are trying to get into their little hideout, they seem to have basically gotten rid of the bridge walk going over to the other side.
Well, hope. Um,
We either need to find a way across, or we need to find another entrance to here.
I know I can make it across. I have a way to get across. Do we want to?
I will say the water does not look like it's like 50 feet deep, by the way. You can almost kind of make out the. Also, first off, whenever you do look at the bomb, like you do see like the drawbridge and like the wood shadowed below. It's about maybe like a 5 foot, about 5 foot drop into the like pondy kind of marshy area. It's very disgusting looking, but the actual water's no more than just like a few feet deep.
I'd even be able to just cross and climb.
Um, um, does anybody have any rope?
Let me check my pack.
Oh, I have some rope.
Everyone should have it because I gave everyone like the beginner's kit.
Um, I'm going to cast Rising Surf and ride the tidal wave over to the other side, leaving the rope tied to the door and coming over here and tying it off to the chains.
That is
So,
exactly. Yep, that actually works. Reading over, yep, that is exactly how it's intended to be used.
yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, it's my focus spell for a reason. um, so yeah, so there's not at least a rope that goes across.
I'd like to do, anyone wanting to cross just needs to give me a simple acrobatics if you'd like to go across the rope.
I'll take the rope. Acrobatics. 12.
Yep, that's actually good enough. Yep,
Is 27 good enough?
you just like leap,
No, you fall in.
just do like a backflip on the rope, like just like a
Like
freaking
golf.
tightrope gymnast.
Easy enough.
I'll kind of untie it and give it a tug to undo it on the other side and re-spool it back up.
You reacquired your rope. Once again, you're met with the sight of a very, very, very unlit corridor with various rooms left to right. The smell is almost like that decaying wood smell, and the sight is just almost purely black outside of the light that Bloom is providing.
So we went to the left and we cleared some of it, but there were still two more rooms to the left. Do we want to keep going in that left path or do we want to go somewhere else?
I feel it's best to be as thorough as possible. So let's go left.
Mhm. I call not it for leading.
I can I can take charge for a little bit.
I was gonna offer her some chicken, I mean frog, but it seems like it might be a little too old.
There's also been gross creatures inside of it. That's not healthy.
Does you hear anything behind the door?
Let's go and just give a, let's go ahead and just do a simple perception roll. You hear the sounds of basically very loud, like, buzzing, kind of flapping, kind of buzzing sounds.
Oh boy. Hmm. Well, it seems like there's some kind of potentially bug creatures behind these doors. There's a lot of buzzing. How do you guys feel about that?
Um, I wonder if maybe I could set up some of my vines and kind of create like a net situation, so if they try to run out when we open the door, it'll run into it.
Ooh, yes, yes.
And Bloom will come over and I'll use uh Tanglefoot to try to like make some sticky sap vines. Um,
Okay, that's actually, I will give them okay, I'll give them a very basic, dex save for that.
and then I'll move back. It's a
Yep,
oh, it's a spell attack on my point, but yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're good. Since you're not actually in combat, I will allow you to do that because you're actually setting something up as a cantrip. So
Yeah.
you could basically cover like the entire doorway and all that. Like I'm guessing this little like wall point right here.
Yeah, like from here to here, yeah, just like trying to go back and forth and kind of weave, do a little bit of a weave situation.
Okay. How will you now open the door?
I didn't think about that.
Are you able to manipulate your vines at all?
Uh, Once they're kind of out, kind of out.
Are the
Um,
vines over the entire door or just the top part of the door?
They created a barrier between this and here.
I was trying to make it more for the whole door.
Yeah.
Um, can I use my staff to try to like
Hold
smack
on.
the handle down?
Go ahead, I'll allow it. These doors are very decrepit in the first place. You would be able to blast open the door. I'm more just really curious what you would come up with, but no, the door is actually almost like falling off the hinge. The whole place is almost very decrepit and everything.
Do you want me to make like a strike or?
No, it's fine. I'll just have you roll a flat d20 just to see how genuinely.
Yep. Okay, I got the door open.
Yep.
The staff is stuck. Oh, give me a second. Oh no.
You smack the door, and the buzzing sound is now super loud as you have now awakened. And by awaken, you have disturbed something in its meal.
Crap.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
it is going, I will say, let me go ahead and do this. So I am having the worst of luck with music right tonight. I need to get more custom music for y'all. There we go. On its turn, on the first thing, as you open the door, something begins to fly out. Uh, make sure that it's actually visible for y'all. You see a giant fly. To be more specific, in the interiors of this watch post still have this basically this wooden ceiling and everything, and like you just see an animal carcass heaped on the floor, making anything in the room but inviting. As this, you see this like open like crevice of a horse like body just on the ground as this fly is feeding into it. But as you open the door, it begins to try to fly out directly at you, not really sensing the vines. I will make it do a simple reflex saving throw, but I'll have a disadvantage. Okay. It tries to go out and attack, and it somehow managed to get higher initiative than everyone else, but it manages to get itself stuck. It is unable to move for this exact turn. V, it is your go.
I will my 10 feet of free movement reposition from that feat that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag 10 paces. Let's go.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna shoot him with my gun. I definitely reloaded last time.
Yep. You have to just reload the. Go ahead and just do a free reload.
I do. Okay.
There you go. And it is flat-footed for this exact turn, so let's see what happens. You roll a 5.
I won't be stopped. I'll do the Recanter's reload. What is that under?
It's under your actions. Would you like to create a diversion or try to intimidate it? It's already flat-footed, so would you like to try to intimidate the fly?
Sure.
Give me here we go, an intimidation check.
Roll.
You were unable to intimidate this fly.
That.
Oh wait, no, that's oh yeah, you don't have any skill in intimidation. Oh.
No, I do not. Uh, Let's shoot it again.
Go for it.
E. The
Okay,
hit.
with it being flat-footed, that'll hit. You see one of the bullets kind of go into the fly as he tries to dodge out of the way, but not entirely is able to.
First shot misses because I step on rubble.
Bloom, your vines have now coated this fly, preventing it from escaping. Or trying to attack you guys. What do you do?
Holy crap, my plan actually worked. And then she'll kind of get the staff the rest of the way out. And then she's gonna try to move back about 10 feet. Um, with her second action? Question mark? Earn an action to pull the staff out.
Yeah. You have one action left.
And then with the third action,
Don't forget you can always aid people as well.
yeah, no, I was gonna aid you, um, I was gonna aid you and just be like, be careful, stabbing in the vines, it's really sticky. Maybe go for the wings and then it can't fly?
You will take a note from what Bloom said and just kind of like try to get, jiggy with it and kind of tumble about the fly. Or at least try and do a what's
Yeah.
it called? Tumble through
Yeah.
or whatever it's called from acrobatics.
That'll definitely give you the panache.
Panache.
And you also have a +2 to your attack as well.
Nice. And so,
Hashtag aid.
hell yeah. And, upon, kind of dancing around a entangled fly, just kind of giving it a little show, you'll swiftly take out his rapier and try and bat at the wings. Finisher. Does that hit?
That actually. So it has a flat-footed, which brings its AC down to 15. But then you have the aid, which gives you a +2, which makes that a critical, actually.
Oh, this is gonna be
Hey.
big.
Oh,
What the heck?
not too
Did you?
big.
Oh my! You rolled 4 1s. You rolled four.
Wait.
Big.
How did you manage to roll 4 1s out of a 2d8 and 2d6? And you rolled 4 1s.
Dude, all I can say is I've achieved nirvana. My skill is out of this world.
I don't even like, and it was doubled too. Like, how do you even get a 7 out of?
It's years of practice. Anyways, you was gonna then move out of the way, after all of that, and be like,
Oh my god!
got him, brushing his hair to the side. Um,
I've just never seen like that amount of like damage rolls.
yeah,
Oh my god.
2 times a 1d8 plus a 2d6 plus a 1d8.
Your max damage had a cap of like 40.
Yeah, and I remember doing that to a small little
Yeah.
kobold who didn't even need it.
They only had 8 HP. Oh my gosh. It's gonna make its reflex save to get out. With that, it does make its way out. Bloom, it is very, very frustrated at you. It is going to go straight for you, now freed from the plants. And then it realizes you're not made of meat, and will immediately go over to V instead.
Oh god. Oh.
And with that, it critically hits you, V. For only 1d6 plus 3, however, it ends up being a 16 because it got a 5. V, you take. Oh god. Oh god.
How much
Uh,
health does V have?
he now has 2 HP.
Nah, in a sweat.
Um, also, I need you to make a Fortitude saving throw as it bites into your flesh.
I think you have really sweet blood. You keep getting bit by things.
With that, you're able to. You're immune to the flies poison that seems to try to get into your skin, but you managed to able to move your arm enough to avoid that. I will say I used one action to try to get out, one action to move, so that is the end of its action. V, you have a very angry fly that has been onto you, but not able to grapple.
I'm gonna push it off, check the wound. Well, they're not used to this type of blood in this plane. And I'm gonna reload and shoot it. What? You do not have hosts?
Hmm?
There we go. I'm gonna reload. So it's deceiver and the deception one makes it flat-footed, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna try and pop the shot out, try to deceive it. Stowing the gun, pulling it back out. I don't know how I'm deceiving it thematically, but I will try to. 9.
You're right, you don't know how you deceive it. The fly is locked onto you with all of its, like, millions of little eyes just kind of stare at you with intent.
I'm gonna start. So I did my reload, so I'm gonna shoot it for second action.
With that, the sip with a 15 will miss.
Alright,
You have one
I'm
action left.
to melee it with the sickle.
Go for it. Almost. The fly is dodging as it is critically hit you so bad that you are basically like trying to clutch your own body while trying to dodge out of the way of this.
Too close. This thing out of here. And I'm done.
It is your go, Bloom. Total?
It would help if I unmuted myself. I've gone over my elaborate plan 23 times. No, just kidding. Looking at it at this moment, I'm going to summon the acid glob and yuck.
Okay, that will hit.
So that will be 1d6 acid damage plus an additional 1 persistent damage.
Okay, Jesus, that kills the fly. That is all. Wait, it. Oh. 7 HP. Okay, sorry, I was reading it wrong. It does take the 7, it is down to 1 HP. But then it also takes 1 splash damage. I think does it splash itself?
1d6 acid plus 1 acid. On a crit success, the target also takes 1 persistent. I'm sorry.
Oh no, okay, so it does take the splash damage. The splash is just separated for other people to take. Okay, this thing has 1 HP left, Bloom.
I don't have any other attacks that are 1 action, so I'm gonna look at you, seeing the kind of acid melt through its wings a bit. It's on its last leg. Okay, maybe it has like 3 more legs, but it's definitely looking hurt. Get it, you can do it. And I'll do 8 again for my last action.
Sweet. The action have finished. You is just gonna kind of run up to the fly with his free hand, and then attempt to just kind of strike through it.
And you now have the fly flat-footed.
It's a 16 hit.
16 will hit now that it's flat-footed, yes.
18 with the aid.
Yep, 18. You may describe your kill of this fly.
Right. As he runs up, like behind the fly, he just kind of unsheaths his claws and then kind of almost in like a what's the word? Keeping all his fingers connected, very close together, he just kind of like stabs at the center of the fly.
And with that, you punch through its ooey gooey guts. And you pull away with this almost like green mucus blood that almost seems to almost congeal on contact to the air.
Ew.
Not my brightest idea. He's just kind of like wiping or like flailing his arm around to kind of fling it off.
I'm.
You do, like I said, in that room, FYI, there is just, like I said, the animal carcass. However, there's not much else to the room other than some windows to the outside.
Is that another fly there?
Oh, can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like faded on my screen.
Yeah, it's like faded.
Yeah, it's translucent, but we can see it.
Oh. Okay, I didn't know that actually. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you, actually. No loot on a fly. Unless you
I had
want
to
fly
check.
meat.
I had to check. I'll use the acid splash spout combo to kind of melt and rinse away the fly corpse. Anybody else want a little splash? You want a little splash to clean your hands? You?
Oh, I would love one.
Okay. She'll kind of summon up some of the water and create like almost like a floating orb for you to wash your hands in.
And with that, you have now completed that. I did not mean to almost down you in one hit. V.
Awesome. That happens to the dice.
What's sad is it actually could have downed you with the it could have actually downed you because it was one away from max damage. Oh, like it was one like if it was 6 instead of a 5. I still don't even know. That's
Oh,
insane.
that one health would be fine.
Just like
Yeah,
I'm like just instantly go down to a fly the first time you step into like the freaking room. You just instantly go down to a fly.
Dark Souls rules.
Listen, everything's dangerous in this world.
Yes, you were very hurt, V. What would you like to do? You were very damaged due to your fleshiness.
Are we still in combat?
Nope.
I'll look at you, kind of seeing V already being injured.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, you, could you help me with whatever this is? Seeing like the horse.
Oh, this is quite the scene.
I'd
Yeah.
step out and I would attempt to self heal. How do
Yep.
I do that with my thing?
It's under utilities. Look at treat wounds under utility.
Thing. Wow.
Hmm. So this room
I will.
doesn't seem to continue.
Oh no, you're good.
Oh, I was just gonna talk about the room. This room doesn't seem like it's much of anything. Just kind of
Negative. What do I have
corpses.
negative?
Would you like to use a hero point to reroll that, V?
Yes, I would. Why do I have a negative?
It was DC 15. You just failed by 3. That's all.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a DC 15 to hit, so it basically means you have to roll, above a 6. You have like a 55% chance of healing.
You have to roll above a 9.
9, yeah.
Yeah.
No, 9 or higher. Yeah, he has
Yeah.
to roll a 9 or higher, so he has like a 60% chance.
Yeah.
There you go, full HP healed. But if you take an hour doing it, I think what is it? If you take an hour doing it, do you get the max amount of healing?
I thought it was
Uh,
double.
No, you
some
double
number.
it. You double it.
Yeah.
But for now, you get 4.
no.
Looking at the horses, I think Bloom's gonna try to start melting them and washing them away a bit.
As you start to have the water and everything, you do see it kind of slip out the cracks over here, and it kind of begins to go down the cliff of the canyon. Oh, the cliff of the over here.
Mm. Yeah. I wonder if any of the walls have any like boop boop pressure plate things.
Nothing in
boo-boo
this
pressure plate thing.
nothing in this room seems to stand out too much. However, like I said, like I said, I don't know if you know how unusual it is, but yeah, they do seem to be you're not really too sure why, but there does seem to be giant flies that just seem to be like having a theme.
This giant.
So 2 giant maggots, a giant fly, and a giant frog. I mean, I'm small, but this feels ridiculously big.
Everything in here is just larger.
Except for
Except for
those
the
weird
closed one.
little cobalt, whatever things we saw.
Oh yeah.
They were actually small.
I will say, since you all looking for various things, go ahead and both of you guys give me perception checks.
Sure.
Okay. You see, oddly enough, you see a trap door, which usually can't easily be seen, but with this room's ceiling is basically 15 feet high, and there seems to be a trap door leading onto a small parapet that survived part of the manor's collapse.
I mean, uh, you said 15 feet up.
Yep.
Um, I mean, I wouldn't have too much trouble getting down. I could potentially investigate.
Is it up or down?
It is up.
Oh, oops, that's
Um,
weird.
I could get up there. I just would need a little boosty.
Sure. You don't
Yeah,
seem
we can
like you'd be
do
too
that.
heavy.
Anyone can always climb. Like, you can always climb most of the time.
I have grasping reach, which gives me a 10-foot um extend my reach situation. So I was like, if I got on top of like you or V and then just did the grasping reach to grab onto it, could I like kind of grapple hook to it?
Yeah, I'll help Bloom get up.
Try to open the um
Okay.
uh trapdoor.
Yep, you open to get up to the trap door, and it does seem to be locked, however, from the thing. Would you like to try a thievery check to get in? Oh, sorry,
Sure.
I think thievery's the right one.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, with that, you are able to get inside the room. And let me get you the exact description of the room.
I'm just imagining the like plant hand like changing into like different keys and then like this one looks good.
You see, whenever you go up there, you see what looks to be a very smaller version of the other flies. However, it seems a lot more docile, and it is a magnificent green and blue fly. And it seems to be kind of, as you kind of see what looks to be a little bit of a opening in the ceiling, and the room seems to be kind of like this little kind of loft type area up there with some old boxes in there, and this fly is just kind of chilling up there, um, kind of eating some of the rotten fruits and vegetables that were once stored up in this little parapet.
um Due to me being a druid, um, uh, I can use diplomacy to make an impression on animals
Yeah.
and just kind of like I just want to let them know I'm friendly and I don't mean to like disturb their space.
Go and roll a diplomacy check.
So I have a +0, guys. So we're gonna see what we get.
12. Okay. It was already pretty docile, as it didn't immediately attack you. And for some reason, it is what you kind of see is it's definitely different than the fly that attacked you down there. It seems to have these kind of special color pattern to them, and it seems to be noticing you. It kind of goes up to you, seeing as you were covered in basically flowers and everything. It kind of goes up to you and sees and tries to kind of like smell over your body to see if there's
Oh.
like any kind of specific like rotting parts of you, but everything just seems to be fresh. And while it does kind of begin to kind of nip a little bit at some of the vegetation, it seems mostly harmless and actually seems to enjoy your company. As it will put its little like grabby little muzzle on top of your lemon peel, and it tastes your lemon peel before kind of like shaking its head a little bit.
Hi. Hi. Um, I'm Bloom. Pleasure to meet you. Um, can my friends come up as well? Can I give a little like scritchy?
It definitely does seem docile as it kind of lowers its head. Its wings begin to kind of like lay down against its body, as it assumes more of a like sitting position.
I'll kind of y- you and V just saw Bloom like parkour into the room. Um, and then you just see Bloom's head like pop up from behind the like in it, and you see a rope come down, and she goes, "I made a fly friend."
Hmm.
He's docile. If you guys want to come up, she'll throw the rope down and tie it off.
I'll go up.
Yeah, make your way up the rope, and you see what looks to be this magnificent, as much magnificently beautiful as a fly can get. But you can tell that its like green and blue patterns is marking it as basically a shiny. You know, you found a shiny fly. You know, this is like finding a shiny Pokemon. You know.
Hmm.
Can I keep it?
Probably.
I wonder if I could train it to be strong enough to like carry me around. Maybe it could like zoom around a little bit. Um, what was the? You said it just like had its own food supply up here too.
Uh, Basically rotting fruits and vegetables. This parapet seemed to basically be used as a kind of storehouse for like some grains and stuff. Of maybe some more of the finer fruits, which is really sad because like it seemed to be like where some of the more expensive fruits were stored, and now all of those expensive fruits have now rotted away.
Was there anything else kind of in the room, or is it just the food and the fly?
Oddly enough, it is literally just that. I am having to read this over like several times over. It literally just says like there's a trap door, and like that's just kind of the way it stops. I'm not even joking.
Like it doesn't even like go to this section. Like
No, I was looking to make sure, but no, it literally just like, oh, there is the fly there.
just this really pretty fly that's just McVibin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Um,
will say the fly is special. There is a reason the fly is special.
can I roll like a nature check to try to like understand
Yeah.
what kind of fly this is, or like what makes it different?
Go ahead. Um, You sense a small bit of magic coming off this fly. It is, as you kind of like, you try to see it from a nature standpoint, but as your druidness kind of like touches over it, you do sense that sense of magic coming from this fly, as it seems to have some sort of either innate or learned or maybe cursed about it. You're unsure. But you know that this fly, usually flies don't contain magic, but you kind of notice that the green and blue skin that you kind of look at it, now as you kind of look close, it has almost like magical markings on its body. As if almost like it's almost been dipped in a vat of like magic.
I'll kind of relay that to you a bit. The fly has magic. Like a magic exoskeleton situation?
I'm gonna assume that's not normal.
No. It's cool, but not normal. Also, I don't know why someone would, but I mean, we might be able to make it a friend if we just keep giving it dead meat and whatnot.
If you think that'll work.
I was
Bloom will kind of
go ahead.
meander over to the food that's there and like scoop up some of it and like
It
put
kind
a
of
little bit of.
it kind of watches you at first, kind of like looking with all of its eyes. It kind of like begins to get up a little bit, assuming that you were taking the food. But as you kind of seem to be presenting it to him, he does seems to just kind of almost like flap his wings over and just kind of sits below you, like wait, like a dog waiting for a treat.
You will throw a not you. Bloom will throw a little chunk of mixed meat.
It will begin to almost have like this. Its mandibles kind of begin to like bite into it as it kind of stretches out, and the meat basically just vanishes before your eyes as it consumes it. As long as you keep the food flowing, I will say the fly will follow you.
Is there anything else that I could roll to try to glean any more information off of the fly?
Uh, Not without more context.
I'll with that I'll kind of extra fly friend?
I mean, if it'll actually listen to you, I ain't gonna stop you. I wonder if it's this place that's affecting it specifically, though.
Okay, you head on out.
Yeah, I mean, this is what, the fourth enlarged creature we found?
This one's also got a bit of magic, as you said, to it.
It also seems to the way it's. I will say. I will actually. I'll let V make a singular perception roll. Yeah, you do find it strange of how docile it seems, as if something has trained it, or that it has at least gone through some form of training about itself to keep it as docile as it is. Because most flies are very primalistic and will basically attack on sight or fly away on sight. Yet for some reason it seems docile as if it is used to the connection between it and something else.
Huh. Yeah. Thing's acting more like a pet. Like somebody taught it how to just respond or be around other creatures. It's not just stirring off and flying. Skittering off like a normal fly.
Oh, thought I'd made a cool connection, but
I
it takes some
mean,
training.
you're still making a connection if it listens.
Oh, okay, okay. Um. Hmm. Um. Well, I mean, sounds like potential friend for a bit.
The druid that doesn't take speak with animals. How dare.
I don't think I
I'm
think
just,
is that a full spell? I don't even know if that's like a.
let me double check. It's either a level 1. I think it might be a level 1 spell. Check. Speak with animals. Let me check. 'Cause I'm. It would never be like a second level higher. It is a. Oh Jesus! Wow.
A second level spell.
Yeah. That is
And
unusual.
speak with plants is a fourth level spell.
They really correct, because you know, like I'm pretty sure in D&D, like it's straight up like a level 1 spell, even like to do. I think it might be a level
Yeah.
2 to do speak with plants. They really don't want people speaking with plants.
Yeah.
Why would that be a level? Why do you need to be level? Like a fourth level spell means you have to be like level 8 to be able to talk to plants. What the heck?
Druids definitely feel like they're a lot slower when it comes to spellcasting in comparison to fifth edition, or at least that's what I've noticed.
Yeah. Well, just some of
Um,
the spells are just a little bit higher. Would you like to explore one more room of this of the area, or do you might want to have a little bit of an early night?
I think if you is out,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to
Yeah,
keep.
we've already. I need to. Yeah. We can call it here.
Okay.
I'm fine, yeah.